No. Home to 11 professional sports teams. Teams create an entire ecosystem of talent and wealth that can, of course, positively benefit the community. But that talent is not sticking around, unfortunately, even on the heels of a successful sporting event like the All-Star Game. If you look at the future of our city, the underlying message is that it will look different than it does today. That's why we return on investment now is so important. So exactly how do we keep that caliber of wealth here in Indianapolis? Well, good thing you're joining us because we have Wish TV contributor Emil Ekior to help us understand that. So good to have you here with us.
Yes, thank you for having me. That is a very unique question. How do you keep that amount of wealth? And when you look at the Colts complex, for example, the minimum earned in that building by players is about $800,000. So we want to keep those dollars in our city, and we want those guys feeling like this is a place that they can raise a family and grow professionally. So being intentional in that approach. And it's just not a Colts thing, it's a city thing.
Yeah.
Especially with our black and brown, our minority players, our black players. How do we keep that black wealth in our city and make them a part of the business environment in the city?
How do we do that?
So it comes from the vision of the city. The city is growing at a rapid rate we just got ranked one of the best cities in the country to do business as a state as a whole. So as we look at where are the concentrated pockets of wealth, the Pacers, the Colts. Okay, how do we engage these players to make sure they understand that there are great deals in this city? There are opportunities for them to invest in things, share a vision for them as far as here's some projects we're working on. Here's some opportunities to get into these projects. But this is long-lasting money, right? This is generational money that you can invest in right now. And those are intentional conversations. Right, you have to plan for that and say, we want to do this. And in some cases, even as a black community, we can do that on our own. We don't need the city to do that.
Right. So it's giving the players the opportunity, showing them, I guess, where these opportunities lie.
Exactly.
Now, let me ask you this. As far as we have 11 sports teams here,
yes.
Are there any voids, any particular sports showing any voids? Should some be doing a little better with that?
Well, it's not mandated for the sports team to do it because they're doing their part. They're bringing these athletes to the city. They're paying them. So it's on the city to say, you know what, let's do our part to make sure this athletes feel a part of this city. Let's not just go to them when we want them to appear at an event or we want them to donate to something. Let's share a vision for them as far as here's some things we're building in our city, and you could be a part of this. You can invest in this, and the returns will come to you long term. Now they become entangled with the city.
Yeah, right. They have something to look forward to. So when we talk about this, right, because I'm a big sports guy, it seems teams are doing a lot to get players out in the community, but not necessarily doing what you see, at least from the front end, what it looks like on the outside looking in. Is that something that teams can change right away, or is it more of a systemic thing?
Right away. If I was the Pacers today with Tyrese Halliburton, right, I am tying him with a tech scene, with investments. Our tech industry is booming. Our bioscience industries are booming. I'm getting Tyrese so tied in with our business environment. When his contract is up, he's not even going to think about living in Indianapolis. So when you have those kind of athletes, Anthony Richardson, just dynamic players, I'm just talking about the top guys, but even for the guy who might be a 2-year player, the opportunities to tie him into the business community, get him involved with, educate them about the opportunities that they can make money. And those are things that you have to be it has to be part of a vision, right, to keep these athletes and keep this wealth in our communities.
Yeah, and that just a few seconds here, but to tie what you said when you and I were talking before we got started here, that's from number 1 guy, Tyrese Halliburton, all the way to guy number 12, who may be making the league minimum. Still a lot of money to keep here.
Exactly, exactly.
Appreciate your time. Wish TV contributor Emil Ekior, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.